Alright, let's see what we have next. No. You can't make me. I won't. No! Please! I beg you! No! No! Commando is a nameless NPC copy-pasted straight out of the last Call of Duty game you've played. Wielding assault rifles, a single light machine gun, and night vision that the game doesn't tell you about, we are going to go from the berserker strategy of holding W to the coward strategy of holding S. Now here's the dreaded decision you have to make. Reload or don't reload. You may be thinking to yourself, what the fuck? But trust me when I say I'm not underplaying this. Commando is so shallow of a class that you can jump into it with flip-flops and still not get wet. But explosive. I like Commando. That's okay. I have zero problems with that. I just want you to be aware that I found a rock with an IQ of 5 in my backyard and even he hates Commando. Tactician. You have decided that masochism is pretty cool and that you actually want to press R every 2¼ seconds because rapid reload syndrome is hard baked into your software. Because of this, you actually want to reload faster so that you can do it more often. With the first level of Tactician, you gain increased reload speed with perk weapons. I would love to tell you the specific percentages, but I can't. I straight up went to the KF2 wiki to see if there was a ratio or something I could look at, and it just said, yes. But hey, look, different reload animations. Since you got the one thing you wanted already, you decided to spend your free time practicing with your 9mm and your KF bar. You know, the two weapons you cannot sell no matter how much you need that one extra dosh. With your newfound expertise in these encumbrances, you deal nearly double damage with them and can switch between weapons at a faster rate. But maybe that damage bonus isn't enough to get you through the first couple of waves, so here's a free plus 25 on both your HP and your armor. Okay, you're right, it's still not fair. Here's a small damage buff to all your weapons. We want you to at least play in the late game. Now I have a question for you. Have you ever entered Z time with an empty magazine and had to depressingly reload over the next eternity and a half while a horde of Zeds is slowly sauntering in your direction? Well, fear not, for the last skill of Tactician allows you to reload at base speed and switch weapons twice as fast, meaning that the only thing stopping you now is your inability to aim better than a drunk stormtrooper. Now for weapons, I just want to establish something right quick. I will not be covering weapons if their main class is different from the class of the video. This keeps things where they belong and prevents me from covering them twice. With that out of the way, let's see what we got. Oh no. Turns out someone at Tripwire hates Commando as much as I do. Your weapons list is at an astronomically low count of 4. Yes, you have a ton of ARs for the other classes and DLC weapons, but I said we weren't talking about those. With these numbers, Commando sits at rock bottom for number of weapons right next to Survivalist. Yes! Survivalist! The class based on stealing other people's weapons. Sorry. I came to this revelation while writing this script, so I needed to vent my grievances. Since you care about the quality of your bullets and not just lugging around a trailer park's worth of ammunition in your fanny pack, you are going to go with the weapons that have a single-fire alternative, with a flip side of fully auto for those extra Z-tastic moments. Starting off your journey is the SA-80 L85A2 Bullpup, or SA-80 L85A2 for short. It's your standard issue killing device with the low price of cheap, so you can get it early to purge your inventory of the cursed weapon that is the Varmint Rifle. And since you freed up some space, you might as well purchase the other weapon. The Scar H Assault Rifle is like the Bullpup, but if you crank the stats all the way up to not shit. The only problem is that someone stole the bottom third of your magazine, but that's what our fast reloads are for. Machine Gunner. Now I must ask, do you want to actually reload your guns, or do you want to forego that optional feature of the game? What do I mean by that? Just have more bullets, idiot. Just to give you a taste of what's to come, the first skill you get gives you an extra half mag welded to the bottom of your clip. This perk is nice at first, but you thought the normal ammo was too boring, so you flattened the tips of all your bullets. They still kill things just fine, but now they break bones as well as life expectancies. You also want to be prepared for if someone has extra dense bones, so you swallowed some ammo cases and can now carry 20% more ammunition. After that questionable introduction to lead poisoning, you somehow managed to get your hands on some of Hyper's magazines. And what better way to test them out than in Z time? During Z time, you get a tiny damage buff, but that's not why you picked Machine Gunner. You also gain 3 times fire rate! This essentially turns your weapon from a gun into a laser with the added bonus of hearing loss. I know for a fact that the characters aren't wearing ear protection 98% of the time, and last I checked, shooting bullets faster than a gun can eject casings is going to cause a little bit of noise. Speaking of guns, are you guys ready to see the other two weapons? On the cheaper end, we have the Kalashnikov AK-12. Instead of having semi-auto like the previous weapons, the Kalashnikov has substituted that slow crap for a 3-round burst. You can pretend that it is the semi-auto function, but why would you do that when you can just spam click and burst down baddos? Though you didn't come to Machine Gunner for spam clicking, you came to kick up your feet, turn on your least favorite show, and hold mouse 1 while you turned KF2 from a horde survival into a tower defense. With the Stoner 63A LMG, you have one option: full auto. With this weapon, you can give Zeds a hands-on demonstration of how Swiss cheese is made in America. And with a 75-round magazine plus the 50% plus the 100%, you've effectively swapped out your magazine with an army surplus store. Just make sure that when your weapon inevitably runs dry, you are nowhere near any enemies. That's it. I did it. I never have to touch this class again. No. What are you doing? Stop it. No. No, please. No! It's not worth it! No!